Good morning, everyone. My name is Donna Brown. I'm an Access Consciousness Facilitator, Foundation, Bars, Facelift. And we are going to talk about being the pearls of change with Access Consciousness Clearing. Cute title, right? My little notes in front of me, and I'm going to be using them as I'm talking. And I was reading a book the other day, and we get a lot of ideas from the input around us, what people say, what we hear, um, what we read, what we see on TV. And it was a good line. It struck me as a good line. And I also recognized there was some truth and there wasn't truth in it. So, a lot of times someone will tell us the truth with a lie attached, and then we believe it is real. So it was talking about the past, the present, the future are all part of the same unbroken line stretching into infinity. So if we know about time, everything's happening right now. And let's go with the concept that it's stretching into infinity. 500 years from now, our life will be fodder for some future scientist, okay? We're going to be relics. They're going to dig up our bones. They're going to dig up our culture. They're going to delve into our prehistoric medical devices. So recently I had a mammogram and they told me it was going to be very different. And I'm wondering when 3D mammograms will become the norm. So when I was having the mammogram, one of the things I was thinking, I told the lady, it just popped out of my mouth because sometimes that happens when you start having awarenesses, is wow, if they had to do this to men's penis, they wouldn't be smashing them. But we have prehistoric medical devices. So where are the scientists that can prove the trauma to our breast tissue causes undue pain and suffering, and 3D mammograms becomes the norm? What else is possible? What would it be greater than even that? Greater than the 3D mammograms? Who can I be to create change to this prehistoric technological reality? And I'd like to change tracks now, and I'd like all of you to help me. So on 13, we're just going to push the energy of change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. Interesting, because I'm using a little bit different device, and as I was pushing that energy, things were flashing in the background of the camera. So that's very interesting. And we all know we're connected, because science talks about the field, and that's the reason the who does this belong to and return to sender works so well, because we all are energetically connected, even if we can't see it, hear it, and feel it. They know that we are. So we're like pearls strung together to form a necklace. And it could be a very necklace like this, where they just string, or you could have tons and tons of beads all wound together. And some of them are little tangled knots. And everything that is or isn't, can you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So when I was reading, there was a line and it said, a single pearl by itself might fetch a fair price, yet the true value lay in the whole necklace. Maybe for the necklace that's true. Is it true for you? And what if you could be the pearl of change, that one person who showed up differently and shifted the entire field? Every time we clear something for ourselves or somebody else, we clear 35,000 to 350,000 people. And that really depends on what kind of connector you are. So would you be willing to embrace a new perspective on time, choice, creation, and future? And imagine if you were going to live to 1,000 years old. Just imagine, like from this day forward, you're going to live to 1,000. So whatever thing you are, you're like really an infant at this point. Even if you're 100, you would be really an infant. And you're going to live to be 1,000 years old. And what if everybody else around you lived to be 1,000 years old? And you know how they say there's 5 degrees of separation between people? Would you know everybody on planet Earth if you lived to be 1,000 years old? I wonder. And what would change? what could change, how could you make it different? And what different choices would you make? So if I know I'm going to live to be 1,000, would my choices be different today than they were yesterday? I wonder. Would your awareness of your choice, of what your choice creates, expand further into the future? Okay. So sometimes we are thinking right now. I want this right now. I'm thinking about it for right now. This is what I'm going to do right now. And I wonder if we were going to live to be 1,000 years old, would you make different choices? Would your awareness of the choices that you create expand further into the future? So if I knew I was going to live to be 1,000 today, would I be choosing that future for, when I'm 700, when I'm 800, when I'm 900, when I'm 1,000 years old? And then what would I be creating for my children and my grandchildren? Every choice today becomes a pebble in a pond that goes and ripples out and out and out. And I wonder what else we could choose. And I wonder if you could be that pearl that shifts and changes everything. What creation of creation is all or almost impossible with reason and justification are you absolutely, totally, eternally, irrevocably, infinitely, and utterly choosing that you really should be refusing, that if you would refuse it, would change all realities and non-realities and manifest as the generation of indefinite life and the infinite awareness of infinite creation? Everything that is will you revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Again, what creation of creation as all but or almost impossible with reason and justification are you absolutely, totally, eternally, irrevocably, infinitely, and utterly choosing that you really should be refusing, that if you would refuse it would change all realities and non-realities and manifest as a generation of indefinite life and the infinite awareness of infinite creation? Everything that is will you revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. If that makes your head spin, which for most of us it does, you just continue running it and running it until you can actually hear it. And that means there's something there for you. So every pearl that is lustrous creates more for the whole. What if you could be the shimmering, gleaming, radiant, opulent, magnificent being, the pearl of change? What would that create? What else is possible? What would you have to acknowledge about you that you've never acknowledged, that if you would acknowledge it, would give you the ability to commit to your own life and create infinite possibilities? Everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. What creation and dissipation of being without reason or justification are you absolutely, totally, eternally, irrevocably, infinitely, and utterly choosing that you truly could be refusing, that if you would refuse it would change all realities and non-realities and manifest as the generation of indefinite life and the infinite extrapolation and choice of largeness, magnificence, and rewarding of you without reason or justification? Everything that is will you revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pock, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. You can't lose anything you already have. If you gave up everything you decided you are, you could know things you can't have. Would you be willing to give up you, the you have defined yourself as, and find the infinite you, which might be a lot more fun? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Thank you, and please subscribe to my channel and pass this on to other humanoids.